Hi, my name's Julie and I live in Florida. I have been on DrLam's program for about 8 months now. Before I found the Lambs, I had been with a couple different programs. I had been with several different naturopaths and I never really improved. I started out with adrenal burnout about 4.5 years ago, and in the very beginning, I would just shake every time I had any kind of a stress, even a minor stress. I could barely get out of bed and do any housework in the very beginning. And I had to quit my job, and it was just very difficult. I spent a lot of time searching on the internet trying to find some help. And the different programs that I was on, I didn't go down any worse necessarily, but I didn't get any better either. And so I went for several years, just even a little bit worse. I finally read DrLam's book and realized that there wasn't, so far I hadn't found anybody out there that could help me, and the other naturopaths didn't seem, they wanted to give me a lot of things that were stimulating, as DrLam would say, and that was my experience. So I went with them after I read his book, and really seemed like they were the only ones out there that knew what they were doing. And I'm really glad that I did, because before that, my cortisol test was flat in the morning. It was just my cortisol was the same in the morning as it was in the evening, just about. And now I just did a cortisol test, and my test came back almost normal. I have very few symptoms anymore. I have energy. I feel like I'm getting ready to go back to work. I can exercise, and I wasn't able to exercise before, and I was real weak. My muscles were really weak, and I made the mistake of going to a physical therapist one time because my muscles were so weak, and he ended up just making me crash, and that was before I met the Lambs. So since I've been on the program, I have improved tremendously. I'm very happy. I don't have the brain fog anymore. I can think straight now. I feel like I could go to work if I wanted to. And I'm not completely out of the woods, I don't think, but I'm getting there. I've built up a lot of toxins in those years. It's been my biggest struggle, probably, is just going through getting rid of some toxins. My body doesn't tolerate it very well, which is what the problem was, from what I understand. So I definitely would recommend the Lambs. I believe it was the whole program, especially in the very beginning when you're real weak. So I would definitely recommend the Lambs. And they've improved my life tremendously. And anybody out there going through adrenal burnout, especially when you're in the later stages and you don't know what to do, it's very helpful because they're there for you weekly, and if you have a problem, you can ask them, and they are willing to help you with that. A regular doctor or a naturopath is not necessarily going to talk to you weekly, and it's hard to find the answers when you're going through things and don't understand what they are. And I spent a lot of time searching the internet trying to help myself before I found them, and that took the stress away, because if there was a problem, I could just call and they would answer my questions. So I definitely would recommend the Lambs. Thanks.